Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. You guys know what time it is. Time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And today I'm going to cover a video I saw by Vince, aka V-Shrunk over at V-Shred, to where he shows that he doesn't even know how to demonstrate an incline bench. So I'll go ahead and put on my +5 hat of Speechcraft and let's talk about this. Now, I've been nice lately to a lot of people in my review videos. This one I'm going to go in pretty hard because let's come back over to the point. Vince has no chest. He has no upper chest. So when he made a video, said the five best upper chest exercises, really, you can come up with 5? I can't. 5 best, there's probably 5 in all of existence. So pretty much everything, I'm not sure. You would ask me, what are the best 3? I don't know, incline bench, floor press, standing barbell press, right? That's pretty much it. There's a top 3. I don't even think there is anything else worth mentioning. So there's only maybe 3 good exercises for your upper chest. But let's come over to the point. And I understand this. A lot of you are going to say, well, I think Vince has a nice physique. Well, go do some chin-ups, do some curls, and get into swimming because he has a swimmer's physique. He doesn't have any significant amount of muscle mass that you would need to do any sort of serious training to achieve. You could do cardio, conditioning work, and train your biceps. Now, ironically, again, he has no chest. And when I watch what he demonstrates, even on an incline bench, because you have to look at an incline bench and go, okay, the incline bench actually will remove most of the problems that make people not train their chest on the flat bench, right? Normally we say guys who can't build a really big chest flat benching, because you don't see that in the powerlifting world. Every powerlifter, all of us have big chests, because we have to bench heavy weights from a dead stop. Usually you can look at the problems with the flat bench and realize the things that people are doing on the flat bench and make it hard to build their chest when it shouldn't be, can be corrected by going to an incline, right? That's one reason a lot of guys like it and they seem to get results, because it removes the errors that you're getting wrong on the flat bench because you don't know how to do the flat bench. But he still managed to mess it up, and now I understand again why he has no chest. He literally does this exact same crap wrong. Now, he basically did 3 things that we need to cover in this video regarding the incline bench. Number 1, he doesn't do full range of motion. Let's come back over to the point. He actually gets the first part right. I'm thinking, okay, he's going to get this right. He says, pull your scapula down and back. Great, we're going to get a stretch on the chest. But then he says something like, and this is where it gets ridiculous, because that will minimize delt involvement. You can't remove delt involvement from any sort of chest press, okay? It is impossible. So by minimize, you mean it's still a primary mover? It's still doing a big chunk of the work? There is no way to remove it. It is going to be a primary mover no matter what you do. You can minimize chest involvement. You can reduce chest involvement. You want to know how to do that? Roll your scapula forward and don't touch your chest. Now, in his case, he still doesn't touch his chest. He comes down and he stops. He stops short of his chest, like a few inches short. And it's like, there's your problem. You know what? I do incline bench as an assistance movement for my bench press. I do 10 sets of it every week. You touch your chest and you pause and drive it up from a dead stop on every single rep. That's how you get your chest involvement, because it puts a deeper stretch on the chest at the bottom. That is the reason the incline bench works for a lot of guys who struggle with the bench press. It puts a deeper stretch on your chest at the last inch or 2 than a lot of other chest exercises. That's the entirety of the magic secret. That's it. It just puts a deeper stretch on your chest. So he picks the exercise intended to get around this problem of guys not doing the full range of motion, and he stops short just to the point to where you get that stretch reflex. He completely negated the benefit of the incline, the biggest benefit. So there's part of his problem. Number 2, he starts talking about, oh, you got to worry about wrist damage, and so be very careful where you grip it. Seriously? Seriously? Look, I'm not saying the grip he chose is wrong. Actually, ironically, where he gripped the bar is exactly where I grip it, about 1 inch inside the rings, right? But that's not going to really affect your chest involvement. It's just as you grip it wider, you're reducing range of motion, right? You're reducing range of motion and getting a nice medium grip, which is going to be just inside the rings. You're going to get a better stretch on the chest. Notice I came down like this, but he tried to make a big deal about it and say that, well, you know, you want a flare that's right around here. No, you don't want. You want 45 degrees at the bottom. Look, you come down and you want them at 45 degrees at the bottom. So he already got the flare wrong, and he's trying to talk about where you place the bar. Look, no, you want that. And you want to know what determines the amount of elbow flare you get? where you place a bar on your chest. So on an incline, you still need to come to just above the nipple. And if you do that, you'll be at 45 degrees. If you come higher up, your elbows come up, right? Same thing on a flat bench. You go below the nipple line. And if you do that, you're down here. You're at 45 degrees, you tuck and drive. That's where you place the bar to avoid that issue for your rotator cuffs, right? You want to avoid internal rotation of the shoulder. But you start going past 45 degrees and you're back to the same problem. And again, if you're worried about shoulder injuries, stopping short and trying to use a weight that's too heavy for you to do the full range of motion with, that's how you can tear a pec or damage your shoulders right there. So he's kind of an ass clown there. Then the other thing that I caught was something else. He taught you how to grip the bar incorrectly. He gripped the bar completely fisted, like a fist. It actually went so far as to say it should be like punching a fist. You guys do know you can't do that, right? There's a reason, and I've realized it. That's why he can't lift any weight. That's why the most we've ever seen him be able to put on a barbell for a bench is maybe like 185, and he struggles with it. When I tell people a novice lifter, you should be able to bench 225 for reps at the end of your first year, off your chest. How does he grip it? I want you guys to look at something. Okay, maybe I can show it in this hand better. All right, if you grip it like this, what do you guys see? I'm going to turn this towards my thing. If you grip it like a fist, all right, what do you see wrong here? The weight's going to be on your thumb. It's hard for me to display it like, let me do it like this. If you grip a fist with no wrist bend, the entire weight is on your thumb. You can't do that. Your hand shouldn't, he's like, oh, it needs to be draped over the bar like and be like a fist like you're punching. Absolutely not. What? You can't bench that way. You might be able to bench 150 pounds that way, but what happens when you put any significant weight on the bar? What happens when you go past 200, 250, 300, and you try to do that? It doesn't work. It'll rip your thumbs off. You're not going to be able to hold it. How are you going to grip the bar over the top of that kind of weight with all the weight resting on your thumb? Because that is what happens if you make a fist. Look at where the weight is centered. It's outside of my wrist. It's further in. It's all above the thumb. All right, what you want is a bulldog grip like this. All right, look. See, you notice my wrist is bent, but the weight is over my wrist and cradled like this. Right, it's directly over the wrist bone now. Okay, you see the difference? And then when you're popped out at the top, so it flares at the top, the elbow comes out when you're locked out, but you come in, drive, and the elbow locks out. So it turns up and flares and pops at the top. But you notice the weight is directly over the bone. So if you grip it like this, not like this, you don't do this. This is what he's doing, right? Right? Look where that weight is. But if you, like this, now notice the weight is over the bone, okay? But I'm not making a fist. There's bend in the wrist. That's how you grip a bench press. If you want to lift any sort of weight, because you need the weight of the bar to be directly in line with your wrist bone so that the weight is directly over your wrist and directly over your elbow in a straight line from that to the floor. And if you grip it over in a fist the way that he did, you're dumping all the weight onto your thumb. And you might be able to squeeze and hold a weight up to a certain point, but eventually you're going to get enough weight on the bar that you can't hold it anymore if you build any sort of strength. So you have a guy like him, he doesn't even know how to hold the barbell correctly. He does half reps, can't get this stuff right, and then he has no chest. Well, it's no wonder. It's no wonder the guy has no chest development. It's no wonder he has a weak bench press. He can't even figure out how to grip the bar. He does half reps, partial reps, and ironically, what's the one muscle Vince has? Biceps, right? He has biceps and a little bit of delt. He has nothing else. What's the one exercise we see him do full range of motion on all the time and reach that full range of motion? Curls, right? Incidentally, the only thing he does full range of motion on is curls, and biceps are the best muscle he has. You guys think that's a coincidence? Because when it comes to all chest exercises, what does he do? He does partial reps, doesn't even know how to hold the bar correctly, uses lightweight, can't get any stronger, and he has zero chest. Same thing on his back. He does half reps on pull-ups and chin-ups, no back. It's not a coincidence, guys. That is actually part of the reason for it. So again, let's come back over to the point. Yeah, the incline. We don't even need to look at his other four. I stopped at the incline because that's all we need to know. If you have a lagging upper chest, the incline bench, and you've tried other stuff, you already overhead press, you already flat bench, the incline bench will fix it. Period. You don't need four other exercises. That one exercise will fix it. right? You don't have 6 different angles for the upper chest. Work on the incline bench, but he doesn't know how to perform it. So if you're watching his video looking for that tip and then you see this, realize he can't perform the incline bench correctly. And if he could, that would be the only one exercise you need. That will bring the problem up. Problem solved. Just learn how to do it correctly and program it correctly. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.